Welcome to an episode of Zoe Presents All About Love. Tonight's show is just that. It's all about love. Everybody wants to experience true love, but guess what? Few people find it, and then even fewer are able to keep it. So tonight, we have experts in the house, and they're going to help us with holding on to that very special someone that comes into our lives. We have Nigerian-born pastor Dele Oluyemi and his lovely Ghanaian-born wife, Gloria. And they're here and they're going to tell us all about the ebb and flow of love and marriage. Now, Pastor Dele, he's an architect by trade, but guess what? He had a divine call to be a pastor. He joined KICC London in 1996 and now pastors KICC, the City of Refuge in Manchester. And he and his lovely wife have been married for 36 years. They have 4 kids, 1 son-in-law, and 2 grandchildren. So let's welcome them to the stage and to the studio.
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Great.
We're doing great.
Awesome. Good to see you tonight. So happy to have you here. You know what? I said intentionally, I actually said that Pastor Oluyemi is born Nigerian and that your lovely wife, Gloria, is born Ghanaian, because you mentioned that the other day that the cultures are different and we're thinking, oh, they're African. No, they're from 2 different countries in Africa. So tell us, let's just start like with the basics. How did you 2 connect?
Well, we saw each. Well, I went to a friend of mine actually invited me to an all-night prayer meeting, and when I got there, I saw him leading praise and worship. So, well, I just joined the congregation, and afterwards, something magically happened. So that's how we met. We met.
Okay, you said at a prayer meeting.
At a prayer meeting.
Okay, that's really nice. And you said something happened. What happened? What you had eyes for him? Did he notice you? Had he checked you out?
I think I'll leave that to him.
Guilty.
Okay, so yeah, tell us. So she spotted you first, or did you spot her? How did that go down?
I think I saw her first.
You saw her, okay.
It was an evening. I think it was an all-night meeting. Back then, in those days, we were young. A group of young people come together praying, and for some reason, I noticed when she came in, and I've been part of the meeting for quite some time. It was the first time she came around with a friend of hers, and I just kind of noticed her. And Bible says, "Watch and pray." For some reason, I felt drawn to her, and then after the meeting, the fellowship after the meeting, etc. It's just as though, in looking back now, it's just a little bit weird because we met together after the service and we had to go on public transport, and it happened to be that we were at the same bus stop, and the friend had to go, so both of us were left together. We got on the same bus, on the same route for a long time, and that was how the relationship kind of started.
Okay, so would you say that was by divine, intervention? You're at the same meeting, the friend happens to have to leave, and now the 2 of you are there together and you're both kind of checking each other out.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, nice. So that sounds pretty much like how it normally happens. So obviously the ebb and flow of checking one another out hasn't much changed. Now you said the 2 of you being from different cultures, how did that factor into your friendship?
I think in a lot of ways, I think when she first saw me, she thought I was a Ghanaian, until she heard my name, and then she had a little bit of hesitation. And plus, because of the cultural differences, her parents obviously being wanting to be very protective, obviously wanted the daughter to be married to someone nearer home. And I can understand that, but it was a bit of a challenging time, rocky time at the beginning. But thankfully to God, the church we attended at the time, I can remember Pastor Adrian Hawks, who was the pastor of the church, in the Pentecostal church in Finsbury Park. He helped a great deal to go through these stormy earlier days.
Mhm.
And then eventually, because there was a lot of differences in terms of food, and just common basic things, culture. We met in London, and it's like the melting pot of everything. So it wasn't that obvious, but when we began to live together, the differences began to appear, and we had to handle it. Yeah, lot
Okay,
of
so when you're okay, so when you're handling things, because we have a lot of people here, and people that are listening and tuning in, and they're finding that they're different too, that, they married someone that they didn't fully know. And so you said that you had to handle your differences. Tell us how you handled your differences. I mean, in terms of, certainly everybody's going to have a different way of approaching it, but give us some basic tips on how to handle differences in marriage.
Okay. I think from my perspective, one of the things that really helped me is to understand that I am not, first thing above all, that I'm a child of God. That helped me. Sorry if it sounds religious, but that has been my part. The fact that I'm first of all a Christian
Okay.
before a husband, and that meant a lot to me because, and that helped me a lot to understand that I'm not perfect. Neither is she perfect. Yes, we may have differences, but we resolve it. And also we made ourselves also accountable. So that helped a lot. Growing up, knowing that first of all, before I'm a husband, I'm a Christian, I'm a child of God, and my testimony is important. I have a lot of learning curve uh, to go through, and I have to work out my Christianity. I know for a lot of people it may sound religious, but that's just the way it is with us, and that helped me a lot. I mean, there are times I would go to God in prayer, and I would almost hear, after we've had an argument or so, I would almost hear God saying, "What prayer have you got to pray when you have an issue that you have not resolved? Go and resolve it before you come back." So it's a lot of that, and that helped me a lot. And knowing that, whatever she's angered about, disagreed about, it's not so. It's a reflection of my performance, and she's almost like a mirror that she's reflecting part of me that I'm not even aware that is there. And rather than take it out on her, I should work on myself. It's not easy. It's not. It has, but it's been. I wouldn't change it for any other thing because when I lived alone, I thought I was perfect. I thought I was okay. But when I began to live with somebody, then I began to see my imperfection, and that helped me to become a better person.
Okay, so when you say that she is a reflection of you, many men may not understand that, how the dynamics of, marriage work. They may not understand that the wife really reflects the husband. And so if he's seeing something he doesn't like, then the change is not really in her, it's in him. Can you just speak to that?
Absolutely. I would like to say that it works for all, but talking to as a man,
Mm-hmm.
because to begin with, it's a challenge. I came up with the coin with the phrase like, I have to know in my know that I'm not married to a devil. Because sometimes, it's as though somebody is rubbing you the wrong way out, bringing the worst out of you. But the question, if the worst is not there in the first place, she wouldn't bring it out. So You know,
That's good.
it's a bit of understanding that,
Mhm.
rather than deal with the man in the mirror, rather than trying to take it on her, if it's not,
Mhm.
because she's not trying to tear us apart, but there is something that I'm doing that she doesn't like, so I need to listen to her as much as I may not like it and do the necessary change. It's working on ourselves. That helps me.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's that is so important because a lot of people, I think nowadays we live in this instant society, and a lot of people are very, how do you say, immature, or they don't have deep skin, deep roots. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And so if you offend them, they're ready to quit. They're ready to go.
yeah.
They're ready to get out of Dodge. They're ready to end the marriage. Well, I have some statistics for you. According to a 2020 statistics in America, Census Bureau statistics, divorce is actually down. Only 39% of marriages are now ending in divorce. And
Wow.
here's a push up to millennials. They said in this particular study that
Okay.
millennials are now married longer than
Longer.
what they were previously. So I'm out of here. They're actually hanging in there just a little while
That's
longer.
good.
And so, yeah, that is very good. And really for the millennials, because I remember talking to a millennial, and they were telling me that they had just gotten this new job and that they were going to stay there for a long time. And I said, well, that's awesome. How long will you stay? And they said 3 years.
Wow.
And I thought that was hilarious. I said 3 years is not a long time. So, things have clearly changed.
Yeah.
For a couple that is struggling right now, he's mad all the time. He doesn't want to come home. She's always angry. How would you try to bring them together? I think that, okay, let me preface that with the top 3 reasons for divorce are still the same. The first reason is money, finances. The second reason is infidelity.
Yeah.
And the third reason that was listed was sex. And that can go anywhere, just
Yeah.
not compatible in that area. So
Yeah.
if there are couples that are out there and they're thinking divorce because of the top 3, what would you say to them to keep them in that marriage and pursue it on?
What I would like to say to them is marriage is like a garden that God has given to you to cultivate. Nobody else will do it for you. It's the way you lay it out, is the way it will yield for you. So if you want a good marriage, you need to work at it. Nobody is perfect. You have to first work on yourself before you can be able to offer whatever is within you to somebody else. If you work on that garden, as terrible as the garden is, if you are determined to bring beauty out of it, it will. When they give you a field to cultivate, you'll be finding thorns, you'll be finding weeds and other unpleasant things. But when you put your mind and your heart to it, and you patiently cultivate it, at the end of the day, you are the one that will benefit from it. Whether being finances, you have to work through it. Whether being sex, you have to build that communication to bring that intimacy, that good intimacy into the relationship. So what I have for them is build at it, whatever it is. You may decide to leave, but maybe whatever green grass that you think is out there, you find it that maybe that it's not that good green grass. So it is important to stick at it as believers, especially to cultivate the field or the garden that God has given us. That's our marriage, our home, and it will yield for us with perseverance, with patience, with love, with kindness, and that's I think the bit that I can offer to anybody that is out there that is struggling with their relationship.
If I can just add to that, because this element of knowing that first, before you're a wife or a husband, you are a child of God first, and how important is God's will, God's word in your life. Because if God is first, I would rather put God first ahead of my marriage, ahead of my children, ahead of my career. I would rather put God first, my relationship with God first, before any other thing. If both couples do the same, it will help them a lot, because the word of God is clear. The problem with us is that selfishness. The problem with us is we want our own thing. We've always had our own way all of the time, and we want to bring that culture into the relationship. It will never work. We have to get to the point that we learn to put the other person ahead of us. It's not easy. You have to die to the flesh. A lot of it is selfish. I want this. This is who I am, etc. Marriage is the most beautiful thing, because it shows you when you are together. Unfortunately, Hollywood has deceived us all to make us think that everything is just rosy. It's another level where you have to work at yourself. The side that you never knew was there in the first place, your spouse will bring it out. And rather than take it out on your spouse, deal with it, that you are not as good as you thought you are. These things are very important.
Wow.
Rather than that, sometimes the man may decide to, to beat up the woman, etc., out of anger. That is wrong. You have to work on yourself and say, look, okay, because you see, I always like to say that don't forget your first love, like the Bible said, the first time you saw each other, how you couldn't sleep. Don't forget those moments. Don't forget so what's happened now that all of a sudden you can't stand each other? Don't forget that moment that if nothing could keep you apart. You fell in love. But the only way to keep it is to keep working on yourself.
I agree. I agree with you wholeheartedly in that respect, that you have to continue. I always think you have to continue dating your spouse. You have to continue dating your spouse to find new things to appreciate, to find new things to discover, and all of that. And and this is going to be pretty much our last question, because we have another episode coming up, and this is going to be exciting. But what would be the main thing, the key to longevity? I mean, should people who are planning to get married go to a premarital counselor? Because I know you do counseling, and we're going to put your email up if anyone wants to get in touch with Pastor Olayemi and his lovely wife Gloria. Then we're going to put their email up so that they can email you for counseling. And now that we're virtual, you can counsel anybody all over the world. And so just that one key, would you tell a person, go relax for a minute, give yourself a day, and then come back and reconsider? Tell me, what would you tell that couple they're already filed divorce papers? They're plotting to get out. What would you say? In 1 minute or less.
If there is children, consider the children. And also seek God first, because divorce affects children a lot. Don't just walk out of that marriage. Please build that home, and consider that first love.
I would say never think of an exit door in the first place. It will help you a lot. Every time you think it's not working, I'm going to leave, etc., that you are laying down foundation for an exit. Make up your mind from day one that this is for life.
Awesome. And then stick with it. Is that what you're saying? It's for life. Is it going to get better? Because you guys have 36 years in this. Did it get better?
Oh, yes, it does.
It does. Better. Challenges, but we are overcoming it. I'm grateful to God. I'll marry her again. Okay.
You'd marry her again.
Yes.
What a beautiful note. That is a beautiful note to end on. And Tracy, if we could put Ola Yemi's email back up on. I thank you guys so much for coming. I wish we
Thank
had a
you.
whole episode. We'll probably bring you back
It's
to
a
be able to
pleasure.
share more because Lady Gloria, I know you've got some stories to tell. And so,
Mhm.
and the women need to hear this because, you know, as women, we sometimes think we can fix men. We think that I'll marry this guy as he is, but I'm going to change him. I'm going to fix him. And what you're telling me is it's a garden, honey. You're going to
Yes,
have to
it
work
is.
that thing. So I love that. I really love that imagery. And again, thank you guys so much for coming.
Pleasure.
You have been
Thank
a
you.
blessing to us. And we will definitely be in touch real
Thank you
soon.
for
Thank
having
you.
Love
us.
you
Thank
guys
you.
so much.
Thank you for having us. Thank
God
you.
Thanks.
bless
Bye.
you. You're welcome. You're welcome. And we so appreciate them for coming and sharing their wonderful information. But next, coming up, we have an episode of the dating game. Music maestro. Woohoo! So much. This is the dating game. And of course, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Zoe Records. Please follow us on Facebook at Zoe Records UK. And you can hit us up also at YouTube, Zoe Records UK. And if you want to check out the website, it's zoerecords.co.uk. They are the sponsors of this awesome night. You know, it is hard to get a date these days. Really, it is. And then since we've been quarantining and social distancing, that definitely didn't help, okay? So guess what it did? It put limits on us, all right? And prior to the pandemic, we were going to meetups. We were, you know, we were doing different things. We were doing the speed dating. And now here we are in a pandemic. How do you meet somebody? Well, guess what? We came up with a solution how to find love. We decided to bring back the dating game. So tonight we have a British bachelorette who's in search of love. But guess what? She didn't want to look in her own neighborhood. She wanted to look in America. I understand that she's attracted to American men. So without further ado, let us welcome Coco Dupree. Coco.
Hey!
Hi, Coco. Okay, so Coco is authentically British. You are a teacher and a singer. And I've seen her perform. She's performed with some very impressive people. You did some work with Amy Winehouse.
I did, yes.
Right. And then of
Yeah.
course a lot of other British artists. And you've done some touring in the States.
I have indeed, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how is it, Coco? I'm sorry. How is it? There's a little bit of a delay. How is it that you tend to want to hang out with American men? What's that attraction about?
You know what? Number one, obviously not just the cultural difference, but
Okay.
I just personally, for me, I just find that the men over there are just very well groomed and they are just different. I promise you, I cannot fully explain how different they are, but they're just different from the UK.
Okay.
So I feel like culture really does play a big part when it comes to meeting people that are just completely different from what you're used to seeing. And I mean, not just the men, but just like I even over living in the UK, I have grown up with the American culture from a very young age.
Mhm.
From starting out being a professional, from being a professional dancer. So
Okay.
I've always had the American influence from the age of 10. So it's like it's always, and from music, growing up with the music, like it was never UK music, it was always just music that's from, the US. Like in my household, we grew up with gospel music only. Like we weren't allowed to listen to secular. So I grew up with like the Winans and
Okay.
Commission. So I grew up listening to all that, and a bit of jazz like Al Green and stuff. So I didn't really know much of the UK, and that fascinated me from a young age. And I've always said to me,
Mhm.
you know what? I was born in the wrong country. Like I've always said that to myself. And even my fashion, like the way I dress, people
Mhm.
just say like, "Oh, are you from New York? Are you from?" Because obviously I dress like what they say a typical dancer. So I dress
Okay.
very like I don't look like I'm English. People look at me and think you must be from America. And obviously I have the weirdest accent in life. So already, because growing up with my household has mixture of accents from the Caribbean, so my accent's already a bit crazy. So people can't really tell if I'm fully from the UK over here. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's just I liked what I like. It's
Okay, well, guess what we did? We found two gentlemen from the States. All right. One is on the West Coast and the other is on the East Coast. Now we're going to bring up the first gentleman from the East Coast. We have his first name is Jason. And Jason is an essential worker. I'm not going to tell you all about him because that's your job to get to know him tonight. He is considered an essential worker who saves lives. So let's meet him. Hi, Jason. Do we have Jason? Okay, I just saw him. Tracy? Okay, I'm not sure what happened. Okay, so that was a little technical blooper because I just saw him there, and but we're going to keep moving. Maybe he has to come back in. I'm not certain what happened. But the next bachelor is from the West Coast. Okay,
Cali.
Hollywood in the house. Okay,
Hey.
Hollywood in this house, and his name is Lee. Now he's more of the creative type, and I already gave you a hint. Hollywood is in the house. So Lee, can we bring Lee in, Tracy? Okay, hi Lee.
How you guys doing?
We're doing good. Okay, so here's Jason. Can we just bring him right in too as well, Tracy? Okay, so we have both gentlemen here, and of course the audience is saying, well, why can't I see them? Because we don't want our bachelorette to see them, all right? So we have Lee and we have Jason. Jason, can you hear me okay?
I hear you. All right.
Oh, wow. Listen to that bass in that voice. Okay,
Wow.
so, wow.
Got some
So,
bass there.
yes, he does. And I'm going to tell you that they both checked out. Okay. So, Coco,
Yes.
welcome to the dating game. You can present your questions to the suspects. I mean, the prospects.
Sheesh.
She said suspects.
Guilty before proven innocent.
That's right.
All right. So I'll start off with Jason. Okay, so first question. What is your love language?
Ooh, So what's
You-
crazy that I have that book. I have not read it yet because a
Okay.
friend of mine told me about it. So
Okay.
could you list me I know it's like 5 love languages, I believe. Could
Yeah.
you could
So
you
there's words of affirmation.
uh
There's gifts. I'm trying to remember them all. Oh no, I'm bad. Let me think.
acts of
Time
So
spent.
service?
ah yeah,
Oh,
what did you say,
somebody else
Marnita?
knows. Oh, no, let me be quiet. I think that was Lee jumping in there. Was that Lee
Let's
jumping
say
in
acts of
Someone
service.
said something. Someone who said that?
there? Uh-oh.
I said acts of service.
Hold on a second. I think
Yeah, that's right.
So the main ones are so words of affirmation, gifts, and I think there's acts of service, and then there's
Quality time.
quality time. What's the other one? I can't remember.
Is it encouragement? We said affirmations.
Is it physical touch?
Physical touch.
Touch.
That's the last one.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So obviously you haven't read it. So which one would you say do you naturally gravitate to?
Okay, and who is that to Jason? Is Jay? What
That's
happened
to
to
Jason.
Jason? Jason, where are you? He's out again. He must be having some challenges with his connection. Okay, can we redirect that maybe to Lee?
Okay, yeah, sure. Lee, did you hear the question?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, mine's is acts of service and words of affirmation.
Okay.
Yeah. I like gift giving too. That's like my third one. I actually did like an online survey type thing. I did like maybe a couple months ago. So
Right.
so
That's really good to know.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're
Interesting.
very beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is so money. You're so bad that I can't see them.
Okay, but you will. It's
Okay,
still
that's
early.
fine. Is so Jason's still gone, so we can't see
He
him.
hasn't come back in yet. I think
Okay.
let's just flow with.
That's
and
fine.
Then he'll
All
get
right.
back here. Okay.
That's cool. I will move on with the second question.
Okay.
What are some of your what are some of the morals you live by?
I'm very trusted is one of them. I have to be able to trust people, and people have to be able to trust me. Respect and family, top 3.
Ding 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 ding. Family is important, which is good. Okay. Fantastic. All right, so I'll move on to the next question. Okay, so it's my birthday today, officially.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. So obviously I have family in the background, so I'm hoping that no one can hear them talking loud. So as it's my birthday, where would you take me, or what would you do?
Okay, so since you are a Pisces, yep. So
I am.
Pisces, and your birthday is literally a month after mine. And I love the beach, and I'm pretty sure you love the beach too. I will probably take you on a walk on the beach, headed to a gazebo with a picnic and flowers, to see the water flow. At night though, you see the candles, you can see the moonlight, you can see the ocean. I'm a very big person on meditation, so I love the sound of waves and things like that. I think it's very soothing, and I think you have I think we can converse underneath the moonlight. As you know, I think that'll be dope with some food. I like to eat too, so.
Hey.
So yeah.
I am not mad at that. Excellent. Okay. Okay, so I'll move on. So describe yourself in 3 words.
3 words.
I was gonna say 1, but I thought, hey, let's just throw 3.
Okay, 3. Outgoing. Honest. And I think I'm funny from time to time. So yeah.
Okay.
That's very good. And I'm going to jump in there. And he's punctual, Coco. Punctual.
Okay, now that is key.
That is very important.
That is key.
That's
Like,
the first
I
thing she
am
said
very time, when it comes to time management, I am she. So that is great to know.
All right.
I
Okay,
didn't hear
now
the
I'm
first
gonna
one.
I'm gonna jump in here one more time because I don't know if we're gonna get Jason back or not. I'm trying to stretch it out so that we can wait on him. But Lee, do you have one question that you'd like to? Here comes Jason. Okay, let's just keep going with Jason because we don't know what's going on with that. It's probably a connection issue. So maybe
Okay.
can you run through some of the questions with Jason again?
Yeah, before this
Okay,
connection
there
fails
we
on me
go.
again.
Yeah, this is.
Sheesh.
I've had
Hey,
that
Jason.
happen, Jason. It has happened before.
Yeah.
I was that girl. Yeah.
So we back? Jason's back?
I'm
Yeah.
back for the moment.
Oh, okay. Hey, Jason.
How you doing?
I'm not sure if you was able to say what your love language is.
It's the one where you're spending quality time with a person. I don't know what
Quality
you ask.
time. Okay, fantastic. All right, so the second one is, what are some of the morals you live by? Oh, have we lost him again?
No, he's still there.
Oh,
Jay, can you hear her, Jason? Technical assistance here. No, he's still there. Jason?
it seems like he may be talking, but can't really hear
Is he
anything.
unmuted? Okay. Jason, can you hear us? I'm sorry, family.
That's all
Okay,
right.
let's go to Lee, and then we'll see if is he muted or anything? Can we do anything with that, Tracy? Oh no, he's dropped off again. Okay, go ahead with Lee.
All right,
Okay,
so
wait,
I'll move on.
okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll move on with Lee. Okay, so Lee, next question. Tell me how an ideal day off from work would look for you.
Ideal day off of work.
Mm-hmm.
Like right after work, or like I went home and took a shower and then we left. which one?
Okay.
You gotta let me know. You talking like as soon as I get off, or like I gotta head to the crib, take a shower first, and then we out.
Okay. No, but if you didn't have to go to work, like you just had the day off.
Oh, just had the whole day off.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole day off. What would that look like?
If we had the whole day off,
Mm-hmm.
it depends on, really what you like, you know what I mean? I like roller coasters, you know what I'm saying? So I think we could go to, the amusement park, you know what I mean? Enjoy, rides. I like doing fun stuff that's going to, make you laugh. Maybe go to a carnival or a game spot that got, race cars and stuff like, little go-karts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do, and we could start off doing that. Maybe start off with like a breakfast or something, and then go to do the roller coasters or something like that. And then after that, we probably can catch like a dinner and a movie. It's a spot it's like a mixture of dinner and a movie. Like you can literally sit at the table and watch the movie. I think that's a pretty good thing. I'm a big person on wine too, so I don't know if you like wine, but yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's cool. That sounds good. That actually definitely sounds good. Okay. All right, so moving on.
Is Jason there at all? Jason is can he hear us or anything? Or Tracy, are you able to see if Jason is there? Jason, are you there? Jason? Okay,
he's having
let's
some
just
serious
he's
difficulties.
having some okay, let's just go with Lee at the moment, and let's see if we can get Jason back in here some kind of how. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so okay. This is a real personal one, Lee.
Okay.
How do you feel? How do you deal, should I say, with conflicts? How do you acknowledge your errors and flaws?
Okay, we're gonna get deep. All right. Um, I am I am a person that over the years, from where I come from, I grew up a little bit rough, but I've learned that every situation um, doesn't need approaching. You know what I mean? And
Right.
I said that to say is that um, if we talking, you know, if I get into it with somebody or if there's a disagreement, you know, if you can't talk about it as adults, then you
Mm-hmm.
know maybe you guys should just take a break, you know, go your separate ways, think about
Mm-hmm.
it, and then reconvene and see
Mm-hmm.
see what comes up after that. That's how I feel.
Okay. Okay. That's good.
I thought that was good. What do you mean? Okay, don't you have something to say about that? I thought that was
What?
good.
That's like
That was a good response.
that was no,
You know?
absolutely. Like when I say okay, it's because I'm digesting it. I'm like, all right. Like I don't want to like seem too excited because I'm like, that's perfect. Like I'm trying not to give so much away, Marnita. You should know me. I try not to give too much
Okay,
away.
I had to jump in there as the host and say, you know, thumbs up or
Yeah, like
something.
that was a
That was a
very
great
like
answer.
mature. That's a mature answer. Like that's exactly the answer I'm looking for. So that's perfect because that's exactly how I do with things. So yes, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna move on. So this is important. This one. What are you passionate about?
My passion is entertainment, music. I love music with a passion. It's like a vice. It's like if there was nothing else left in the world, I would have to
Oh,
have an MP3 player, a CD player, a tape player, iPod, anything that musically that I can have with a portable charger that's gonna charge forever. I just need to listen to music. I don't care. I just love music. I can't live without it.
yes, that's with me. So this is good. Okay, so you say entertain. I'm trailing off. This has nothing to do with the questions. I hope you don't mind, Monita. Um, so entertainment. Do you do anything around music?
I did. I do.
What do you do?
I am a music artist, so I'm a performer. I rap, and
Okay,
yeah, I've done a lot of things. I'm also an actor as well. So yeah.
good to know. Okay, I just Monita, I just see Jason pop up. I'm not sure if he's back or
Okay, Jason, are you there?
like he's there, but we can't hear him. So no.
We'll have to make the adjustment.
That's cool.
Fortunately, we're not able to hear him.
That's
and
fine.
then
I can keep going.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah. Okay. So, Lee,
Mm-hmm.
where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Married, family, hopefully. Well deep into my career, Grammys and things like that to that nature. You know, and let's continue to be the man God made me.
Amen. I like that. Okay. So next one. Do you have any bad habits? And if so, name your worst one. You know, every woman wants to know someone's worst habit.
My worst habits.
And be honest about it. I won't
This
judge
is
you.
a family show. I want you to know. This is a family show.
It is a family show. But still be honest though.
Send it via text.
There you go. I think he's back.
Okay, that's Jason. But did he answer that? Because we got to get Jason in here too.
I know, I know.
I
Jason,
didn't
did you
answer it. Jason, go ahead.
Did you hear that question?
Oh, I gotta come in on the bad questions. What happened to the good
Oh,
questions?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Give him
No,
a good question.
I'll let
Give him a
Lee
good question.
answer. I ain't
Right.
gonna interrupt that.
Okay, so who's answering right now? Because I can't tell.
Lee's gonna answer, so I have time to think of a good answer.
Okay. Okay, sure. Go ahead, Lee.
I wouldn't really. What do you kind of define as a bad habit? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
It's open. It could be anything that you find.
She said it's
What's one of your bad habits? So we can have like a starting point.
Wait, you answered a question with a question.
No, we just need,
Okay.
Kind of give us a head start.
Okay. All right. So a bad habit of mine would be like, okay, but I actually do this on purpose for my sister because I get on her nerves. So I will like use the last of the milk and put it back in the fridge.
Oh, that's evil.
Oh,
I know. I do it because I'm the only one that buys the milk. So I'm trying to teach her a lesson. So
I got a bad habit. My bad habit. This is Lee talking. I think I'm a low key OCD and a neat freak because I just clean up, and I think I got it from my mom's because I literally would start cleaning up out of nowhere. Like I don't know what's wrong with me. Like I would just clean up. Like what is this? And then I gotta wipe down the kitchen cabinets and sweep.
There is nothing there. There is love that. There is nothing wrong with you. Keep that. There is nothing in Jesus' name. There is nothing wrong with you.
I gotta be in a clean space. I got to.
All right, Jason. Have we lost him again?
no, he's there. Jason.
Hey.
Oh.
No, that was
Is he
Lee.
there?
That was Lee. Sorry.
Oh, I think we've lost him again. All right. Until he comes back.
Okay, well, I'm going to jump in.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm going to jump in and I'm going to tell you again that tonight's show is sponsored by Zoe Records, and the winner of tonight's show will go on a virtual date with Coco. And of course, we're going to use Uber Eats because we're quarantining and we're in 2 different countries. So we're going to have a virtual date, and we're going to have Uber Eats deliver the dinner, and they will actually have an awesome time together on a first date. And guess what? It may be on Zoom. We're thinking about inviting everyone to this Zoom first date. We will let you guys know because we want to see how this works out. Okay, but we thank you, Zoe Records, for this awesome opportunity. Back to you, Coco.
Lovely. Okay, so this one's another personal one. I feel like a lot of people don't really talk about it when people meet up and they're trying to date. I feel like people miss out this question, but we grown folk, and I feel like it's important to know. So, what are your thoughts on abstinence?
I've tried it for a while. I think the longest I went was about a year. No, I would say 8 months, 8 to 9 months. And it's not a bad thing. Me, you know what I mean? If I'm in a relationship with somebody, I actually know a couple who were married, and before they got married, they decided both that they were going to be abstinent until marriage. And I think that lasted about a good 2 years. So I kind of respect that, and if somebody wants that, I don't have a problem with that. So.
Yeah, that's it. That's the important thing, that you don't have an issue with it. We know it's hard, but it's like.
Now you can work around. I mean,
absolutely.
There's ways around it, but it can happen.
Of course. That's all I needed to know. Amen. That's cool. All right, cool. So next question. This is to do with music. So
Okay.
I know you love music, same with me.
Jason is here
So,
as well. I'm sorry. Jason is back. Can we get
Yeah.
him some
Y'all might as well
action?
email me the questions. I send y'all the answers via text. This whole connectivity thing is getting
oh,
on my nerves.
He's gonna
Jason.
text. Oh,
No.
I think
hang
my
in there,
computer's been
Jason.
hacked. It's like it's the Russians going on something.
Oh man, this is crazy.
Oh.
So should I ask Jason something real quick before he goes off?
Yes, quickly.
All right, real quick.
And
All
then
right,
we're gonna, yeah.
Jason,
Yep. Okay, I'm ready.
what are you passionate about?
Oh, helping others.
Ah, yes. I like that. All right, cool. Next question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Ooh. Still at my current job as a firefighter. 5 years. Traveling more. Hopefully be settled down. And improving from where I'm at now.
Sounds good.
Maybe
Sounds
another
good.
country.
Hey, okay. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Give
Okay.
him one more question. Give
All right.
Jason one more.
Describe yourself in 3 words.
3 words.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say 1 before. I thought I'll be nice.
3. I'll say obnoxious, quiet, funny.
I love the honesty. Okay. What's the 3rd one?
What did I say? Obnoxious, quiet, and funny.
Funny. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
All right. I'm gonna see if I can throw you a quick one before you disappear again.
Yeah. Just throw them out. Be like speed
Yeah,
dating.
I will. What are your thoughts on abstinence?
My thoughts on abstinence.
Mm-hmm.
If that's what a person wants, then that's what it's got to be. I feel like when it comes to that, women hold all of the power in that arena. As men, we have to do what we can in order to get the woman. So whatever standards the woman set, that's what we have to abide by.
Right. Okay. Interesting. All right. What genre of music do you listen to, and what would be your favorite?
Yeah, I listen to what's that? What's that word? Eclectic. So I listen to jazz.
So you're
I listen
eclectic.
to rap. I listen to R&B. Yeah, like I listen to classical. I listen to gospel. Listen to like rock every now and then. I even sprinkle of country music, but the majority of my music is rap and jazz and R&B.
Ooh, jazz. Yes. Okay, good. Nice. I'm gonna continue on with Jason if you guys don't mind, because just in case he disappears again.
Okay,
Yeah,
here's what we
let me
have.
go.
In about 2 more minutes, we're gonna need you to step back and make your decision. So go ahead, pound them out.
Okay.
You got 2 minutes.
All right, sure. Okay, really quickly. How important is your relationship with Jesus? Jason.
To be honest, I don't have one.
Okay.
Whole family, super duper, go to church and everything. I'm probably the black sheep of the family.
The black sheep. It's funny because
Yes.
I've been called that. Well, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that.
Okay. Despite my religious views, my family understands my perspective and my moral character.
Okay. I understand that. Lee, the same with you.
I'm a child of God, so the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, Jesus Christ, and all that, and the whole nine.
Okay.
I'm a very big believer in faith, and there is a God, and we wouldn't be here if it wasn't one. So.
Right. Good. Amen. Okay, so next question. I'll throw this back out to Jason. What is your best character quality?
Ooh. Hey, what's
It's a
my
good
best character
question.
quality?
Huh?
No, I got my parents over the house. They kind of popped up on me. They're trying to be quiet in the background.
Oh, hey, parents.
Never mind. I can't ask. I got to answer my own. I got to be a grown up. Best character quality, I guess, is putting people at ease, making people feel comfortable, whether they're in a bad situation or not, or they need to get something off their chest. I make people feel comfortable.
Okay. The same with Lee.
I'm the go-to guy. It's kind of the same with this thing. You know, people like to confide in me, and and I don't know if it's an Aquarius thing. I have no clue. But you know, I'm the light. You know, in a room full of darkness. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Last question. Last question. I'm gonna continue on with Lee. If I was struggling spiritually, how would you best encourage me?
If you were struggling, that's a good one. That's a really good one. You know, to be honest, it would just be me being the motivation and the inspiration that you need. So I feel as a man that you really should, you know, follow my lead, especially if we both spiritual people. And that all I could do is, because ultimately the decision is up to you, right? So, you know, all I can do is just really converse with you on a daily basis and be your accountability partner. I feel like, you know, especially being with somebody, you guys have to be accountable for one another. So, if that's something that I got to do, then yeah, that's my answer.
And yes.
Okay, ding, 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 ding. Oh, okay, good. Hit Jason, go ahead. Hit Jason,
What
and
happened?
then we're going to ding, ding, and go.
Jason, are you able to answer that?
What's the question, real quick? Because I kind of got disconnected once again.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so the question was, if I was struggling spiritually, how would you best encourage me?
Best encourage you. Oh, I'll be on your heels every day. What I got to call it? Every pastor you know, every church you went to, every auntie, look, the whole family. If you struggling, I'm bringing the whole team.
Okay.
It ain't gonna be no one-on-one fight. It's gonna be a whole gang fight. So,
okay.
You go ahead and struggle if you want.
Well, that's good to know.
Okay, Coco.
I'm gonna call your
Coco,
sister.
I think you've heard a lot. I think you have listened to. I'm really sorry about the disconnection. I've had that to happen to me.
Yeah, it's not fair.
I didn't really. However, the time has come. You know, the time has come for you to make a decision, and you have like 30 seconds or less to make a decision. Who will the bachelor be that gets to go on the virtual date sponsored by Zoe Records with Coco Dupree?
Oh, that is so not fair, because I just feel like I didn't get enough time with Jason.
Say that.
10.
Oh no.
9. 8.
I have to go with Lee.
Okay.
I got more out of Lee.
Okay, well, we appreciate you so much. And we totally understand. We'll probably have to do this again. We'll set it up and we'll see if we can get Jason some decent Wi-Fi. So before we meet Lee, Yeah, before we meet Lee, let's meet Jason. Jason is a firefighter. He is a paramedic. He resides on the East Coast. Can you bring him up, Tracy? This is Jason from the East Coast.
Oh, hold on.
Okay,
Hey.
so you can say, here's Jason.
How you doing?
Hey, Jason.
What's
It sucks. I didn't get more time because of your connection.
Hey, I think it's a conspiracy because this is the only device that's having connection issues. I have my other computer right next to it that's on the Wi-Fi, so it's actually not my Wi-Fi. There's something going on with this laptop.
Oh man.
But we'll have to have Jason back for another episode of the dating game. Okay, so the gentleman that you chose is Lee, and Lee is from Cali, as you heard. And I was hinting early on Hollywood, because he does things in the entertainment industry. He's an actor and a rapper. And so let's introduce you to Lee Adrian.
Hey, Lee.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, good.
So you guys are going to get an opportunity to go on a virtual date.
Okay.
And sponsored by Zoe Records. And we're going to make sure that you guys get your dinner served by Uber Eats. And we'll get back with you. We'll get with you, rather, and determine what that date will be. And I think it'll be fun if we do it on Zoom or something like that, and just kind of bring everybody into the, into the audience. Hey, how's this
cool
going to roll out?
Yeah,
You cool with that?
I'm cool with, as long as I don't get nothing messy, because I'm just gonna try to eat like a lady. Like.
Okay. Well, awesome. Family, it has been fun. We're a little bit over time. Thank you so much, you guys. It was a fun episode. Again, Jason is off. I'm sorry that happened. That happened to me. And I know how he's feeling. It was really no fun. We thank you so much, Pastor Olayemi and your lovely wife, Gloria. They're still backstage. So we thank you for all the wonderful nuggets that you brought there. They are. And we also thank you, Lee. I know it's a little early in the afternoon because you're way behind us. We thank all of the family for joining us online and all of the friends in the UK and the States that watched in. We're going to keep you informed when we set up the date. We want everybody to come. Call Lottie, Dottie, and everybody. Again, thank you so much, Zoe Records. Tracy, you can take it away. See you guys next time. Bye.
Great job. Appreciate it.
See you guys later. Thank you so much again.
You're welcome.
Just click yourselves.
Oh, see you guys.
See ya.
Bye.